today we're gonna make a Tex-Mex spaghetti squash casserole. It's gonna be nutritious, it's gonna be great, and let's show you how it's done. A couple different ways you can prepare it. You can prepare it in the microwave, you can go ahead and bake it in the oven, or in this case, we were out at the farm, so I put this spaghetti squash in a slow cooker. This is another spaghetti squash that we had, and this is what it's gonna look like on the inside. It's nice, has this pale, creamy yellow color. And then this is the cooked version. And so you can tell that it's nice, bright yellow, real vibrant, and you know we eat with our eyes, so this looks amazing. So we washed this winter squash, we took all the seeds out, and this is the great thing, the seeds are edible too. So we took out the seeds, and then you'll just place it upside down like this and then bake it. You can bake it about 350 degrees for about an hour. You still want to prick your skin just to make sure you're going to be able to release the steam, and then let this cool. Now, when you cook it in a slow cooker or electric pressure cooker, the inside's going to look different than the baked one. It's going to have a little bit more moisture because we cooked it with the seeds inside. So it's very important that we use a colander and make sure we get as much moisture out. So we just want to scrape out our seeds, and it's going to be super easy because all this squash is already nice and cooked. All of the flesh inside will ribbon out just like pasta noodles. It looks like spaghetti. And then you can see that these yield quite a bit. And then it just leaves basically the shell or the hull. So I'm just gonna let this rest in our colander while we get the rest of the recipe going. So we have 1 pound of ground beef. Now I've already browned this ground beef and drained it. And so what we wanna do is we wanna add a little bit of flavor to it. So we have 1/2 cup of diced onion that we're gonna add to our browned meat mixture. And we're also gonna add 1/2 cup of red pepper. And that red pepper is gonna give us some nice color contrast in this dish, as well as some great flavor. And then we have 1 teaspoon of chopped garlic. And that garlic and beef are gonna go great together, and it's gonna marry and give a really nice flavor to our entire dish. And so we're just gonna kind of let the vegetables get tender. What we wanna do, because we're gonna bake this casserole, but we're only gonna bake it for about 15 minutes. So we have 2 teaspoons of dried cumin, and we're gonna go ahead and add that to our mix, as well as 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And that salt's really gonna bring out some great flavor of our beef. And then we have a little cayenne pepper. Now, if you don't like things real spicy, you can always use less. We only have 1/4 teaspoon. So what we have here is 1 can of diced green chilies, and we're gonna mix that with 1 cup of diced tomatoes. And then we're gonna mix this together. So now it's time to assemble. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the layers to this dish. We have a 9 by 13 baking dish, and we wanna make sure to coat that with some cooking spray because we don't want any of this goodness sticking. Add 1/2 of our spaghetti squash to the bottom layer of this mixture. And this will cook down some, but we just want a thin layer of this on the bottom. Then we're gonna add 1/2 of our beef onion spice mixture here, right on top of the spaghetti squash. And you guys, I'm telling you, it smells so good. And the next layer is the tomato green chili layer. And so you're gonna take about 1/2 of that and add it on top. And you guys, look how colorful. And then bring on the cheese. So you add 1/2, it's 1.5 cups of cheddar cheese, and you wanna put about 1/2 of that on this layer. All right, a little bit more, and then repeat. So we're gonna go spaghetti squash meat mixture, your tomatoes and chilies, and then top it off with some cheese. So this dish looks amazing. It looks so colorful already, and all we have to do now is pop this in the oven at 350 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. And what we want it to do is want the cheese to melt, get nice and bubbly, and for this dish to be heated through. All right, so we got this out of the oven. It smells amazing, and we just have some finishing touches to add. So we have some cilantro here. We're just gonna top this with some cilantro. You either love or hate cilantro, and if you don't love it, you can certainly leave this off. This is about 9 servings. This casserole will serve 9, and it's about 149 calories per serving. So it's a really healthy, great dish, but it's gonna be really filling. And so we're excited. We hope that you check out Riverbend Farm. And if you want more information about winter squash producers in your area, contact your local extension office. Be sure to check out the show notes so you can get times, hours, directions to Riverbend and other squash producers. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't.
That was loud.